Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to Popternative. This is the talk show and podcast. We have digital discussions, worlds of TV, pop culture, news, lifestyle, music, everything really depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. And I am speaking to the winner of season 2 of The Circle on Netflix. DeLeesa is with us. DeLeesa, welcome to the show and congratulations.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
I mean, what a ride, right?
No, it's been a roller coaster ride. It's you saw the tears, you saw my happy moments, and it just gets better and better. It's a roller coaster that never ends, which is amazing.
I mean, it's one of those things too where I'm sure a lot of people have asked you this before, but I mean, The Circle season 1 was a big hit. There's a lot going on. A lot of curveballs were thrown for season 2. What was your did you watch season 1 of The Circle before going on?
Of course, I watched all of them. They have Circle in different countries, so
Yes.
I watched all of them. I'm obsessed. So I'm like super fan over here, and it just like my dream came true.
It's funny because I feel like it's 50-50 because I've interviewed people on other reality shows too, and like they either were a super fan of reality TV or they knew nothing about reality TV. Like there's no in between, I find.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's so crazy because if you are going to dive yourself into something like this, you should at least know, how you're going to play the game, stuff like that. So, I mean, for me, I love a challenge and like I have to do my research beforehand too.
Absolutely. And it's funny because, like I said, season 1, everyone loved it. Season 2, a lot of different things, a lot of things happening, a lot of OMG moments. For you, what stands out in terms of like 2 or 3 OMG moments that kind of stand out throughout your journey on The Circle, DeLeesa?
Well, okay, obviously the finale, right? When you start meeting people and I was just like, holy shit, he is River. Like that caught me by surprise for sure. And another moment that really, it was, oh my God, it was, when Kat came to see me.
Yep.
So I was I was shocked. I mean, I don't know why, because we had a connection, but I was shocked that she was so nice and she wasn't upset with me. And then when she told me about the Joker, so like that entire moment was just like, wow, because I wasn't thinking about the Joker. I kind of forgot about the Joker at that point because it kind of didn't really involve me,
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's very true as well. This is a reality competition show like no other. Like there's nothing like The Circle, right? Like there's nothing like it. So like you watched episodes of the other Circles as well. You're obsessed, super fan. But for other people that have watched other shows as well, like this, like you could prep and try to figure it out, but like you're kind of just thrown in there, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you come in with a strategy, of course, you have to, right? You have to prepare. But then when you're actually in the game, things happen so fast and things change up so fast that your strategy is out the window and you're thinking like, oh my God, I need to think of another game plan. I need to do something different here. This is not working. So yeah, you can't come in with the mindset that I'm going to do ABC and it's going to work out exactly like that, because that is definitely not going to happen.
And your mindset obviously is a lot different because you're not DeLeesa in The Circle.
I know.
So it's interesting. So I mean, for you, I mean, I don't know if there's like any strategy. Like, what was like the main kind of strategy when you were gonna play not DeLeesa, you were playing someone else and everything? What was going through your mind with that whole kind of scenario?
So the thing is, when you go into The Circle as a catfish, right?
Yep.
Automatically you're looked at as a target's on your back, right?
Yep.
It's a huge challenge because when you go in as yourself, you don't have to think when you're responding to these group chats or even in private messages. You're just like, blah, 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 blah. Like, sure, blah, 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 because it's you. But when you're in as a catfish, it's like, oh my God. Like I was just so scared that I was going to be outed as like a female as opposed to obviously, Trevor. And so that's why I prepared and I had that notebook because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to trip up. I wasn't going to get caught up. That was like the scariest part for me. Like, honestly, I just didn't want to. That was my main focus. Like, don't get caught. Don't get caught. Because the minute you get caught and people start looking at you suspiciously, your game is over.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you were, of course, the winner of season 2 of The Circle on Netflix. So you were part of the Circle family, but you are also part of the Netflix family.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be part of the Netflix family, DeLeesa?
Oh my God. That is, I mean, is that really a question? Like, it feels amazing. Netflix is, I honestly, Netflix is so big. They've come so far. And, I mean, I don't know exactly how long, but for me, it felt like such a short amount of time.
Yep.
It's just like they just blew up. They knew what they were doing when they created Netflix, right? And then, just to be a part of this franchise and the people on the back end, they're so nice. And when it comes to TV and film and you don't have to be that nice, especially to like cast members and stuff, but everybody is literally so nice. They treat me so well. I feel like really this is like family for me.
Absolutely.
So, I'm not going nowhere, Netflix. Okay?
There's so much going on, especially in season 2 of The Circle. For someone going in blind, like not knowing a lot about The Circle, I mean, if they asked you, like, hey, like, why should I check out The Circle, right? Like, what would you say as maybe not like a cast member or a winner of The Circle, but as like a fan, a super fan? What would you say? How would you kind of get them to watch it?
No, absolutely. Even when season 1 came out and I was interested in it, I was telling everybody to watch season 1 because it's such a different type of reality show. So not only is it a competition and a game show, so that already draws you in, right? That's very fun to watch. People making alliances, people breaking them, because you want to see what people are going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to do whatever they want to do to win money, right?
Yep.
So you want to see that. So the concept behind The Circle is just, it's genius because it brings social media together. It brings social media, basically being a catfish and society all in one. I don't know how to fully explain it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's like, and it's something that we're dealing with now, like we're on all over these social media sites and people are judging you. People are thinking you're one way when you're really another way. It's all about how you're perceived online. So when you go into a game and you're watching The Circle, it's like, I can see why people think that of this person, but then you're watching this person, you're like, but they're not like that, And then it's like, then they're completely different as well. You see a different side of them because they're competing against $100,000.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's a genius game. I absolutely love it. And I think anybody that watches even just the trailer and understands the concept of the game is going to suck you in. Cause just like, I've never seen anything like that. And there's still nothing like that on TV.
What was the overall consensus of the Jokers? Like you said like you weren't like affected by it, but like what do you think the whole mindset of that kind of curveball was?
I mean, well, watching it, I see what Courtney was trying to do. and he was thinking, he was putting on his thinking cap and trying to make everything work in his favor. So I completely understand his game plan. I think the Joker was thrown in to just shake things up a little bit and really test people's loyalty to each other and their alliance to each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, I mean, whether it was with Courtney or not, I think that was the main purpose of the Joker.
Because you mentioned also like the trailer too, right? And it's like in the trailer too, like Jokers. You know what I mean?
What is the Joker?
Exactly.
I haven't seen nothing like this before.
It's very fresh, so it's probably not even like officially sunk in that you are the winner of season 2 of The Circle on Netflix. But I mean, next steps and what's next, like everyone on social media is going to kind of ask like, what's the next step? What's going to happen with DeLeesa? I mean, right now you're just kind of enjoying it right now. You're probably not thinking that far ahead, right?
Well, let me tell you, I'm a mompreneur, okay? And as you can tell, my family is very important for me. I've always been a hard, passionate worker since I was like 14 years old. I work extremely hard. It does not stop. So for me, I mean, I pay attention to what people are commenting, and
Yeah.
I like to be engaging with my supporters. So what I'm seeing a lot of is probably the direction that I'm trying to go in.
Yeah.
Um, I do have a couple of online boutiques, and we have a family YouTube channel, and people are extremely invested in me and Trevor.
Mhm.
So I just want to see where that can possibly go. You never know. I might be on your screen again with my family this time. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be a mompreneur? Like, what would you say? How, like, that's obviously the world to you to kind of put that two together. But like, what does it mean to you to be a mompreneur, DeLeesa?
Um, it means that I will do anything for my family. You know, a lot of women, it's hard being a mom in general, right?
Yep.
And it's hard being an entrepreneur in general. So when you put two and two together, it's just like it's it's um it's an obstacle,
Mhm.
okay? For lack of a better word. Uh, but it's also something that I'm very passionate about because I feel like other moms can understand where I'm coming from, and they know the feeling to want to do anything to make sure your family and your children especially are going to be okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, for me, it just is it's very deep rooted inside of me, to basically have this title of a mompreneur and doing anything that I can to make sure that my children are good, and I have the time and energy to devote to my children as well as to my business, which is the whole entrepreneur part, right?
I love that, the mompreneur. I love it. I
Yeah,
love. I
thank you.
love it. It's awesome.
A lot of us out here.
Yeah, learning experiences, whether it's your mompreneur, your YouTube channel, whether it's people going to work, there's always going to be, no matter what venture you're into, DeLeesa, there's always going to be a learning experience. For you as a person on the circle, what were some takeaways and learning experiences for you that you're going to take down the road?
Uh, for for one, my number one learning experience just going on the circle is not to doubt myself. Because when you're in the circle, you can't talk to anybody. It's just
No.
you, and I left my family, which is obviously a huge part of me. So I was constantly doubting myself because I always have Trevor there to kind of say, "Babe, you got this. You can do this. Like, be sure of yourself. I know you can do this." And I didn't have him in my ear telling me like, no, that's a good idea, you should do that. So I had to encourage myself and motivate myself. So I learned how to do that. I learned that as well. It was very hard being away from my family, but I also learned that it was important for me to do something that I loved and I wanted to do because I don't want to resent stepping I don't want to resent missing an opportunity, like getting on the circle and being able to provide for my family at some point. So
Absolutely.
whether I won or I didn't, you know what I mean? Because that's still an opportunity that was presented.
Yeah.
I didn't want to miss it. So I wanted to make sure um, that I was happy with my choice. And
Yes.
essentially, obviously, I was.
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
DeLeesa, thank you so much for coming on Popternative. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I do have a surprise for you, though.
Sure.
Okay. Are you ready? No,
Yes.
you gotta do the countdown, honey, because
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're having another one.
Yay! That's awesome.
We're having another one adding to the family.
Congrats. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That was like we talked about OMG moments on the circle. That's an OMG Popternative moment right there.
A little secret for you. I actually found out I was pregnant while I was in the circle. So there you go.
Wow. No, excuse me. Yeah, so people are gonna be able to watch your journey as the victor on the season 2 of The Circle on Netflix.
Yeah,
And
it's
where can
crazy.
people follow you on social media to keep update with everything?
So on social media, I go by Lisa Unique,
Yep.
Leesa Unique. That's pretty much everywhere. If you search Lisa Unique, you'll find me. On YouTube as well. If you want to check out my family, it's the Saints. Literally, it's the Saints or the Saints family. You search that, and we should come up.
Amazing. Well, congrats on, there's so many things I have to congratulate you on. Congrats on season 2. Congrats on the new baby on the way. Like, congrats. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm telling you, it's a roller coaster that just keeps going.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is season 2 winner of the circle, DeLeesa and PD Beats, signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.